So I don't know if I put it on video or not. I may or may not have. I've been back and forth, like I said, over the holidays. You know, can't get it together. Snapping out of this bout of holiday depression. But, you know, Mr. and I were going back and forth about because we were looking for another water delivery company, because the water delivery company, you know, most monopolies ain't shit. So, you know, the delivery company we use has been exposed, and we've been made aware of it. You know, when you know better, you do better. And sometimes people can tell you better, but if you haven't seen it for yourself, then you won't move. Or even if you assume it to be true, you're not in a position to comfortably make an adjustment according to your stance. So, as is the case with the water delivery, I talked to him and said, I want to, you know, look into getting some. He was like, well, what did they do? And I was like, well, you know, they're messing with the pipeline and the natives, and I gave more details than that, but at the end of the day, I didn't really give the details, and he's a detail guy. He wants to know what they did, you know, before we go run off the bat and change. And I respect that, because this affects our money, right? So if we got to go to something more expensive just to do the moral thing, if it's out of our budget, then we're just gonna have to end up supporting the supremacists, right? So he has every right to want to know specifically what they did, and I just as soon send him the articles or have him look it up, because they've done so much fuckery that I was lazy about it. And you can't be lazy if you're gonna be an activist. It's not called a speaktivist. It's an activist. You gonna throw the chair, James? He's slamming the doors right now. So after I heard more and more stories, stories on top of stories, and I had been wanting to discuss it with him, I finally went ahead and was like, fuck it. If we can do something different, or if it'll still cost the same approximately, then there's nothing stopping us from getting a different brand of water, right, delivered. And so we tried another brand. Their service was horrible. Like the delivery, they don't communicate with each other. They don't use the online. You know, you can put it in your account what you want delivered. You know, how many bottles, and then how many cases of bottled water. You know, how many 5-gallon dispensary bottles, and then how many cases of bottles you want to get. You put it in there, and that's what they deliver on your next delivery day, right? So we signed up for another company, and he put in what he wanted. Well, dude calls. They act like they got one dude that's delivering, and this dude is like Trump's nephew or some shit. This dude, so he calls and he's like, do y'all want this or this or this? And so Mister's like, they calling him at work now, you know what I'm saying? They calling the house. I'm not going to answer the phone. Y'all know me better than that. And, you know, calling saying, do you want whatever? And he's like, I put what I want in the online account. And they're like, yeah, but, you know, it said this is, he's like, I requested what I wanted, though, in the online account, right? And I don't want such and such, whatever. So the day they come out here, well, they basically insisted that they need to come out here at a certain day, because they're going to be delivering somewhere else. It don't have nothing to do with us. You know, it's a convenience for them. We already working on colonizer levels, right? So it's for them. They don't know we black, but they sure acting like it. So we was like, okay, whatever. So we went ahead and let them deliver the water that day. So we just said we'll skip the next one, right? Because with who we have, it's easy to you can put what you want. If you want extra, if you want less, fewer, because you have too much left over. If you want to skip a delivery day, it's simple. You put it in your system, and that's what you get. You get what you put in there for your delivery. And if you don't change it, you get the same thing the next time. It's simple. So the next time they said they needed to, we requested to skip then. This motherfucker, I hear the truck pull up on this day. And I look out there and I see him, because something told us. We had already discussed he probably going to bring his monkey ass over here anyway, although we have been clear. So he brings his monkey ass over here anyway, and he rings the doorbell, and I'm not answering it. So then the phone rings. Well, I see him on his cell phone, so I'm like, I bet it's that motherfucker. So I pick up the phone. Hello, he's like, well, do you guys want what? And I was like, my husband told y'all what was up. And this nigga said, he's like, I don't have time for this, blah, blah. I was like, well, my husband doesn't have time for it. I was like, we don't have time for this either. Which is why we were clear about what we do and don't want in our online account. And if you don't go by the account that you provide, that you make available online, then that needs to be clear. We were clear about that when we signed up. See, we were clear about a bunch of stuff because we didn't want to make this transition and then have to just go right back to our old people. Which by the way, is why we never did cancel our original order. So we were getting water delivered from our same place until we got our who we were going to use together. And also them. So after this, we're like, fuck it and fuck them. So Mr. canceled the account. We ain't fucking with you. Matter of fact, I don't even want you at my house. Because at this point, I don't trust that they're not doing something to the water. Not that everybody's not doing stuff to the water. But I especially don't trust these motherfuckers at this point. I don't want to drink the water. You know? Because I don't know what this guy's doing to our water. So Mr. was like, you know what? Cancel the account and charge us whatever you need to charge us for the bottles that you already have at the house. Because I don't want you, if that's the only guy you got delivering, because at first he tried to be accommodating. Y'all know he's an empath. He tried to be accommodating and maybe get a different person to come and deliver our water. Well, it's almost like they only have that one guy. And I know they're a major company, so I know they don't just have that one guy. My guess is he's the only one in this particular area, so they don't want to have a whole different person coming in the area. Okay, fine, fuck all y'all. So we were like, don't worry about it. Don't send him to the house. Charge us whatever you need to charge us for the bottles that he does not come back and pick up a final time. Because we're not going to be dealing with you anymore. And we don't want your people near our residence, okay? So Mr. and I have a sidebar. And we were laughing because we're like, I bet you the motherfucker show up. I bet you he shows up. So sure enough, on the delivery day that he's supposed to no longer ever come back to my house, he comes back to the house. And matter of fact, I see him on the phone. He's calling the phone, basically saying he needs to come and get whatever the bottles that we have left or whatever. And I just let the voicemail pick up because Mr. already said, "Fuck y'all," and I absolutely fuck y'all. You know, it's absolute. You know, that's my language. He didn't say it like that. He's sweeter than that. So he leaves a little Tony message, a petty ass message. And that infuriates Mr. Because he calls them and he's like, I told you, I don't want your water, I don't want your delivery person, and I don't want you guys at my house again, ever. And she's like, well, we're gonna need to charge you for the bottles that we didn't pick up. Bitch, you mean the bottles that we told you to charge us for because we don't want y'all at our house no more? The bottles that we told y'all we were willing to bite the bullet and pay for to keep your colonizer ass away from us? Yeah, I was mad. And there were a couple times I wanted to go out there and set it off with this nigga. But the reason why I didn't is because he was already treating us like they treat black people without knowing for sure if we were black. And I didn't want it to be confirmed that we were black because God knows what kind of retaliation process they have orchestrated. Specifically for people that don't, you know what? I didn't mean to get hyped. I just want to tell y'all that we're trying to do the right thing about our water delivery system. And meanwhile, our regular water that we usually get, they went up in price like about $4 a bottle. The 5-gallon bottles went up like $4 a motherfucking bottle. And I'd like to blame it on them trying to be mad, say we cheated on them with another water delivery system, but they don't even know we did that. The prices were going up anyway, like they across the board. They sent out a notice. It's on the website. Every prices were going up for everybody. I'm sure it has everything to do with the orange regime, but it is what it is. What bothers me is, on top of that, now the water, I can't say it tastes funny, but it's different, right? The water seems different. And that's alarming because what we did was we were going to trade to the cheaper water. I think we were getting spring water. And we were going to trade to the cheaper water, maybe the purified water, not the drinking water. Anyway, one of them was still cheaper. So we were going to do that just to accommodate our budget. And when I tell you the water is different, and when I make the ice with the water too, with the bottled water as well. And when I make the ice, and after the ice melts in the water, and so it's just the water left in the glass, there's sediment. The fuck does sediment come from? I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to lean it in. Oh, you can see it. See all that whiteness at the bottom? What the fuck is that? That never happened. And I can tell you every night we have water upon ice water upon ice water. And very often we don't finish it. So the next morning we have this melted mason jar of melted ice water. And we have never had these levels of sediment in the bottom of it. See that? That's not just the bottom, that's sediment. Like, is that lime? What the fuck?